Newcomers, Slipper, Step Workshop AA meeting. And there's a link to the YouTube channel in chat. And finally, everyone, please introduce yourself as an alcoholic when speaking, and thanks for being here. With that, back to you, Jay, in the studio.
Thank you, Matt. On Wednesdays, we read from this book, which is called As Bill Sees It. And let's see, what topic did we leave off on last week? Who remembers?
I thought it was love, pages 18 to 90.
Love?
Well,
Love?
yeah. And then we read from page 18, about 6 pages to page 90.
Doesn't Taylor Swift have a song about love?
Yeah, many of them. And love that didn't
Yes.
happen.
Oh, yeah. And let's see. Okay, so weird. Love. And then we newcomers. Oh, let's read in the ends, Matt. And we're going to read about newcomers. And let's do so if you would write down newcomers, and we're going to read pages 14, 28, 57, 62, 69. So 14, 28, 57, 62, and 69. And then if you want to read, see how I raise my hand? Look at that. That's a nifty thing. Raise your hand down there next to react. And so here we go. Who wants to start reading? Let's have some people who haven't read before. Dun, 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 dun. I'll just sit here. And so we're going to read these pages. It's in chat. Look at that. You could also read from the we prefer, who has the book? Hold the book up. It's got the book. Hold the book up. Oh, look at all these. Okay, good. We're going to start with Ron. Go ahead, Ron.
I'm
Missy,
Ron.
do you have the book, Missy? You have this book? Yeah? No, not yet. Okay. Coming soon, I'm sure. Okay.
I'm Ron.
Go.
I'm an alcoholic.
Yep.
Newcomer problems. The temptation is to become rather possessive of newcomers. Perhaps we try to give them advice about their affairs which aren't really uh, competent to give or ought not give at all. Then we are hurt and confused when the advice is rejected or when it is accepted and brings still greater confusion. You can't make a horse drink water if he still prefers beer or is too crazy to know what he does want. Set a pail of water beside him, tell him how good it is and why, and leave him alone. If people really want to get drunk, there is, so far as I know, no way of stopping this, so leave them alone and let them get drunk. But don't exclude them from the water pail either. And that's from the 12 and 12, page 111, and a letter of 1942. Thanks.
To you, Liddy.
Okay, 28. Troublemakers can be teachers. Few of us are any longer afraid of what any newcomer can do to our AA reputation or effectiveness. Those who slip, those with mental twists, those who rebel at the program, those who trade the AA reputation, all such persons seldom harm an AA group for long. Those who have become our most respected and best loved, some have remained to try our patience, sober nevertheless. Others have drifted away. We have begun to regard the troublesome ones not as menaces, but rather as our teachers. They oblige us to cultivate patience, tolerance, and humility. We finally see that they are only poor, sicker than the rest of us, that we who condemn them are the Pharisees, whose false righteousness does our group the deeper spiritual damage. Grapevine, August 1946.
See, before we get, he's talking about the Pharisees. Who were the Pharisees, Ron? Do you know who they were?
They were
They're in the Bible, right?
individual in biblical days.
Mm-hmm. What was their deal? Anybody know? Why does Bill refer to the Pharisees?
They're the ones that prosecuted and put Jesus up to be executed.
Yeah.
They're the religious leaders. Yeah.
Who passed judgment against him.
You're smart. It's almost like Bible class in here, except it's not. Okay, thank you. Let's see, who wants to read next? Somebody who hasn't read before. Who has their hand up? Sarah, did you have your hand up to read? You would be reading on page 62. Do you have the
I
book?
had my hand up about the Pharisees. I'll lower it now.
Okay, page 62. Oh, well, how about, who has the book? Joe, do you have the book? Do you want to read? No? And I'll continue to be annoying here.
I actually don't have the book handy today.
Yeah, there you go. Come to the meeting without having the books. And hey, Stacy, do you have the book today? This is like Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
I do not.
No, oh, there you, of course not. Let's ask Chaz. She's down in
I
Australia.
do have the book. Can you just tell me what page?
Let's see. Go ahead. Tell her what page,
Because I was
Lydia.
driving the bus and I've stopped now.
You drove the bus.
57.
Yeah,
I'm in
yeah.
Page 57.
57. Okay.
Five,
Yeah, I'm
seven,
waiting to take the boys kayaking.
Are you actually in the bus right now?
Yeah, but I've stopped. It's okay. It's all
Is it
cool.
like a 30-foot bus that carries 60 kids?
Oh, no. I used to drive those and ones that held 97. I'm in a little baby one now.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well,
I'm
this is
old
like
now.
this is like a bus right here. You're either on the bus or off the bus, and here
Oh
we
my
are
gosh, I've got to
on-
say
uh,
that joke, I've nearly drove off the road laughing. Oh my
there you-
gosh.
I know. And did you see Lydia's expression when I asked her? She's like, "You idiot! Why are you doing this to?" Okay, so go ahead
Missy
and
and
read.
I are going to use that joke, aren't we, Missy? Okay, 57, better than gold. As newcomers, many of us have indulged in spiritual intoxication. Like a gaunt prospector, belt drawn in over the last ounce of food, we saw our pick strike gold. Joy at our release from a lifetime of frustration knew no bounds. The newcomer feels he has struck something better than gold. He may not see it at once that he has barely scratched a limitless load, which will pay dividends only if he mines it for the rest of his life and insists on giving away the entire product. Amen to that. Thank you, Jann. Kitty.
Okay. Okay, who wants to read next page 69? Let's see. Well, how about the other girl from Australia? Do you want to read that one, page 69, Missy? She's in down under, or you don't, do you see it on your hey Lydia, would you write to Esther and get her information? Same thing with Rebecca.
I don't have a book, Big Cat.
Oh,
yet.
okay. Well, that's fine. Look, let's ask Jeff. Jeff, do you want to read? Can you read page 62, please? I think, is it?
Sure. Jeff
69.
Alcoholic,
What
62,
page? Or
a
is it
different,
six-
Jeff Alcoholic.
Is
62,
right?
a different swinging door from the 12
Mhm.
concepts, page 74 and 75. When a drunk shows up among us and says that he doesn't like the AA principles, people, or service management, when he declares that he can do better elsewhere, we're not worried. We simply say, well, maybe your case really is different. Why don't you try something else? If an AA member says he doesn't like his own group, we are not disturbed. We simply say, well, why don't you try another one? Or
Get
start
that
one
guy
of
out
your
of
own.
there.
What?
Trying to get this guy out of here.
Oh, okay.
Fuck. You go there. Okay, so we had a Zoom member in here. I just detonated him out. So I froze the meeting. I'm sorry for this, but that was pretty bad. Hang on here for a second. Matt. Let's see, what do we have here? So Where's Matt? Matt, can you talk or
Yeah,
is every, oh, okay, so did you get, who kicked him out? You? And is he still,
I kicked him out. I
he's
thought,
still,
yeah, I'm pretty sure he's gone.
Yeah, they're
okay,
gone.
I kicked him out on
okay. All right, so
using
now
the right menu.
now to unfreeze the meeting, what do I have to do? Let's see, okay. Let's see if this is, so what do I, I'm sorry,
I think you have to go to host tools
yeah.
and then,
Uh,
well, let's see. Wait, sorry, I don't know.
Oh, let's see, the meeting's locked, enable, hang on for a second here. So can you guys turn your camera on, Sarah? Or not? Okay.
I tried.
Yeah. And Matt, can you turn your camera on?
I think the
Okay, you guys, so we're
co-host
back.
can.
Everything's working again, right? Is that right? Okay. Excuse me. Enable waiting room. Meeting is locked. Hide profile pictures. We don't have to do that. And then I'm going to turn the. Okay, so that's enough for the reading today. And hey, I'm Jann Alcoholic. Welcome to Newcomers Slipper Step Workshop, everybody. And so today is Wednesday. We just finished with as Bill sees it. For those of you who are new here, this is Newcomers Slipper Step Workshop. And this meeting is been going for 7 years. We have about 200 people that come here regularly. We base it on the AA meetings of the 1930s, where they came together as a group just like this, and then they did this thing called the 12-step process. And what is AA? Is that 12-step process that teaches you how to live your life without drinking. It actually helps you get over drinking and stay quit forever. They had an 80% to 100% success rate. Today, in AA meetings, there's about a 10% success rate because most AA meetings you go to don't do the 12-step process. They talk about, what do they talk about? They talk about other things. They don't talk about the 12-step process. They don't even do it. They talk about how their day's going. So, and it doesn't work for them. There's about a 10% success rate. Most alcoholics relapse, go back to drinking and die, but not when you do the 12-step process. So that's what this particular meeting is all about. So, that's what we're going to do today, and we're going to do some classroom work right now. So let's start with, okay, so Matt, there you are. How you doing? Matt, where are you now? What step are you on? And what's your last reading and writing assignment? This is to Matt in Connecticut.
That was just to finish up second part of step 1.
Okay, did you do it?
Yeah.
Okay, so
we went over it halfway.
It's called The Unmanageability of My Entire Life. And did we went over it yesterday?
No, about 3 days ago.
Okay, so you're complete with that, right? So now,
Correct.
did I give you the second step?
You did not. Well, the second step of step 1, yes.
No. There's something called step 2.
Okay.
Step 2 is came to believe. What the hell is step 2? It's to
I got
power
it right
greater
here.
than ourselves. Came to believe a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. All right, Matt's going to put up the instructions for step 2 right now. Okay, and there they are. They're right up there in chat. Do you see them?
I do. I'm reading it right now. I've
Okay,
actually been going over it.
Well, here, let me just finish with you. Just listen to this. I'm giving you the instructions now. So step 2 says, came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. If God were a best friend or a superhero, write 10 attributes of a best friend or superhero, right? 10 attributes of God as a best friend. So some examples that we came up with as a group would be someone that would always be there for me, someone that would answer my questions, someone that would keep me sober, someone that would never betray me, stuff like that. So we want you to come up with 10 attributes of God if God were a best friend, and write them down. And you can copy and paste this into your computer, these instructions right here, right?
Yep, I'm actually ready for that one too.
Well, what do you mean you're ready for it? Just copy and paste it and work on this for tomorrow, okay?
Nope, I've already, like I said, I think when we mixed up the other day, you gave me those instructions. I thought it was the second half of step one, which we already did, but I'm just saying, I got that ready to go so we can touch on it tomorrow.
You've done this, you've done step 2 already.
Well, I've done the 10 thoughts of, your best friend and
10 attributes of a best friend. What
correct.
are they?
Well, number one, somebody would keep me from drinking. A friend who's a person who's there when needed without question. Best friend is someone I would consider understands my thoughts and actions, doesn't judge, and lets me know when they believe I'm doing wrong. Best friend is someone that I think I can tell them anything on my mind, and again, without any judgment from that friend. And in the same, feel safe telling me anything they want me to know also. Again, no judgment. I may disagree, tell them I disagree, and the same for them, but we still can, discuss things in an adult manner. Somebody that helps me stay sober. Um, somebody who wants to help me heal, and in the same feels that they can depend on me equally. Someone who would help me obtain a better job. Somebody that just will be there for me all the time, that I can always kind of count on and guide me to do the right things in life in general. Somebody who's loyal, honest, not abusive.
Is that 10?
Yes.
Enough. Okay, stop. Now, your next assignment will be to read pages 60 through 63 in the big book. That's the third step. And then tomorrow, we will take the third step with you. You haven't done that one yet, right?
Have not.
Okay, well, that's good. All right, so that's it. 60 through 63 is the third step, and then we'll take that one tomorrow.
All
So,
right.
Ruby, Missy, what are you working on? Where are you? Where'd
Good
you go?
morning, Missy Alcoholic. My last assignment was to do how it works. I did step 3, and now it's how it works.
Okay, so wait, you've done step 2, right? Which is what Matt just did, right?
Yep.
You've done that.
And I did step 3 last
Well,
time.
did we?
I reported into Lisa on step 3.
Okay. Oh, did you do step 3 with Lisa?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So now you're ready for the instructions on step 4.
Okay.
Correcto mundo? That's
Yep.
Spanish.
Sí. Sí, amore.
See, what the hell is that? Okay. So now step 4. So let's do step 4. Do you have your big book yet or not?
Yes.
Oh, you do. Get your big book out and turn to the bottom of page 63. All right. And then the fourth step goes from page 63 to 71. And 63 to 71. Let's see here. Okay, so if you would start reading at the very bottom of 63, it says, next we, let me see here, I take that back. Yeah, it says, it starts with, next we launched on a course. So start reading right there, okay?
Okay. Oh, what now?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Next, we launched out on a course of vigorous action, the first step of which is a personal housekeeping, which many of us had never attempted. Though our decision was a vital and crucial step, it could have had little permanent effect unless at once followed by a strenuous effort to face and get rid of the things in ourselves which had been blocking us. Our liquor was but a symptom, so we had to get down to causes and conditions. Therefore, we started a personal inventory. This was step 4. A business which takes no regular inventory usually goes broke. Taking a commercial inventory is a fact-finding and fact-facing process. It is an effort to discover the truth about the stock in trade. One object is to disclose damaged or unsellable goods, to get rid of them promptly and without regret. If the owner of the business is to be successful, he cannot fool himself about values. We did exactly the same thing with our lives. We took stock honestly. First, we searched out the flaws in our makeup which caused our failure. Being convinced that self manifested in various ways was what had defeated us, we considered it a common manifestation. Full stop. Keep going on. Yeah.
Yep, keep going.
A resentment is the number one offender. It destroys more alcoholics than anything else. From it, all else forms of spiritual disease, for we have not been only mentally and physically ill, we have been spiritually sick. When the spiritual malady is overcome, we straighten out mentally and physically. In dealing with resentments, we set them out on paper. We listed people, institutions, or principles with whom we were angry. We asked ourselves why we were angry. In most cases, it was found out that our self-esteem, our pocketbooks, our ambitions, our personal relationships, including sex, were hurt or threatened. So we were sore. We were burnt up.
Stop right there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so let's, Chaz, are you driving or are you,
No, I'm here. I'm all right.
Okay, so can you pick it up and read from there?
Oh, I beg your pardon. I haven't got my big book with me.
Oh, you don't have a book. Okay, that's fine. Let's see. Ron, how about you? You want to pick it up and read from there?
Yes, I will. Let me get, I shut my book there.
65 on our
I'm
grudge
Ron, I'm an
list.
alcoholic. On our grudge list, we set opposite each name our injuries. Was it our self-esteem, our security, our ambitions, our personal or our sex relations, which had been interfered with? We were usually as definite as this example. I am resentful at Mr. Brown because his attention to my wife affects my sex relations, self-esteem.
So stop right there for a minute, just a second. So now, Misty, so what you're going to do is you're going to make a list. You're actually going to come up with 5 columns on a sheet of paper. And your first column is going to say, who I'm resentful at. The second one's going to be the cause. The third column is going to be what it affects in me. The fourth column is going to be something called fear, my fear inventory. And the fifth column is going to be called my part. Okay, so keep reading there, Ron.
I'm resentful at Mr. Brown, told my wife of my mistress. It affects my sex relations and self-esteem, fears, and parentheses. I'm resentful at Mr. Brown. Brown may get my job at the office. It affects my self-esteem and security. I'm resentful at Mrs. Jones because she's a nut. She snubbed me. She committed her husband for drinking. He's my friend and she's a gossip. And it affects my personal relationship, self-esteem, and fear. I'm resentful at my employer. The cause, unreasonable, unjust, overbearing, threatens to fire me for drinking and padding my expense account. It affects my self-esteem, fear, and security. I'm resentful at my wife. The cause, she misunderstands and nags, likes Brown, wants house put in her name. It affects my pride, personal and sex relations, and security and fear. We went back through our lives, nothing counted but thoroughness and honesty. When we were finished, we considered it carefully. The first thing apparent was that this world and its people were often quite wrong. To conclude that others was wrong was as far as most of us ever got. The usual outcome was that people continued to wrong us and we stayed sore. Sometimes it was remorse, and then we were sore at ourselves. But the more we fought and tried to have our own way, the worse matters got. As in war, the victor only seemed to win. Our moments of triumph were short-lived. It is plain that a life which includes deep resentment leads only to futility and unhappiness. To the precise extent that we permit these, do we squander the hours that might have been worthwhile. But the alcoholic, whose hope is the maintenance and growth of a spiritual experience, this business of resentment is infinitely grave. We found that it is fatal. For when harboring such feelings, we shut ourselves off from the sunlight of the Spirit. The insanity of alcohol returns and we drink again. And with us, to drink is to die. If we were to live, we had to be free of anger. The grouch and the brainstorm were not for us. They may be dubious luxuries of normal men, but for the alcoholic, these things are poison.
Stop right there. And then Jeff, you want to pick it up from there? You have to unmute. There you go.
Yes, Jeff, alcoholic, South Florida. We turned back to the list, for it held the key to the future. We were prepared to look at it from an entirely different angle. We began to see that the world and its people really dominated us. In that state, the wrongdoing of others, fancied or real, had the power to actually kill. How could we escape? We saw that these resentments must be mastered, but how? We could not wish them away any more than alcohol. This was our course. We realized that the people who wronged us were perhaps spiritually sick. Though we did not like their symptoms and the way they disturbed us, like ourselves, they too were sick. We asked God to help us show them the same tolerance, pity, and patience that we would cheerfully grant a sick friend. When a person offended, we said to ourselves, "This is a sick man. How can I be helpful to him? God save me from being angry. Thy will be done." We avoid retaliation or argument. We wouldn't treat sick people that way. If we do, we destroy our chance of being helpful.
Hey, stop right there for a second,
Yes,
Jeff.
sir.
So now listen, so Missy, I'm putting this up so you can see it. Oh, sorry, let me turn this back on here. Somehow I got turned off. I apologize. There we go. Oops. There. Okay, so here I'm holding up Kitty. We have to get rid of this cat. Okay, let's see here. Adjust my background. Okay, cool. Okay, then what's this do? Oh, it's blurry. I love it. Okay, not so blurry. All right. So here you see this, Missy. So here are the 5 columns. First column here is the cause. The second, the first column is who I'm resentful at, person, place, or corporation. The second one is the cause. The third is what it affects in me. And now the fourth one will be our fear. And then here comes the our part. So keep reading, Jeff. Jeff's now reading about the our part, what we did.
Sure. Page 67, the second paragraph, second sentence, Jeff, alcoholic. We cannot be helpful to all people, but at least God will show us how to take a kindly and tolerant view of each and every one. Referring to our list again, putting out of our minds the wrong others had done, we resolutely looked for our own mistakes. Where had we been selfish, dishonest, self-seeking, and frightened. Though a situation had not been entirely our fault, we tried to disregard the other persons involved entirely. Where were we to blame? The
So
inventory.
now they're Missy.
Yes, sir.
Right, no, just quiet. Now they're Missy. So this is the our part. So you're going to answer these questions in say your fourth or fifth column. My part. Where had I been selfish, dishonest, self-seeking, or frightened? Where was I to blame? So you're kind of going to go to work on this. Now, the next paragraph down is the fear inventory. And let's see here. It says we placed it before us in black and white. We admitted our wrongs honestly and we're willing to set these matters straight. Notice the word fear is bracketed on the previous page with Mrs. Brown, Mrs. Jones, the employer. So he then goes on about fear. I'm going to skip over that. So here on page 68, the second paragraph down there, Missy, it says, we reviewed our fears thoroughly. We put them down on paper. So now, if you have a fear in relationship to a resentment, then also, even though we had no resentment connection with them, we asked ourselves, so we're then now going to put down free floating fears. Like I had a fear of, I will always be poor. I'm going to die an alcoholic, in the streets. Nothing will ever come together. I'll go mad. So we have these things called free floating fears. And that's it. You can read these pages, Missy, and all the way to page 71. We're not going to do that today. And then you can start it on your inventory. And if you have any questions on it, call Chaz. Say, Chaz, hold on, because Chaz is an expert on the fourth step, right, Chaz?
That's the only reason I'm sitting here full of joy today, because I had to get the mustard off my face.
All right, the mustard off her face. Here we go again. Hot dog. Every time you start talking about hot dog, I want to call order one.
DoorDash.
Okay, so Missy, are you good with, do you understand what's going on here?
Yeah, no worries.
Yep.
10-4.
All right, good. Excellent. Okay, so you're on your fourth step. And so you can write that in front of hers, fourth, and in front of Matt, you're going to write third. Okay, right third. So do that, guys, one of you. Okay, cool. Now, Jason, where did we leave off with you? We're doing classroom work. For those of you who are wondering, what is going on here? This is a workshop. This is what happens here every day. If you want to work through all 12 steps and get reading and writing assignments, this is the meeting for you. Come here for 5 days in a row, see how you like it. We'll put you to work. Okay, Jason, what was your last reading and writing assignment? Good job, Missy, incidentally.
So I just finished step 1 and the writing assignments for both halves. And as far as the reading goes, I was told to read up until chapter 1 in the big book.
So you read, have you read the doctor's opinion or not?
Yes.
Okay, have you read Bill's story?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. All right, so now you finished the second half of the first step. Anything stand out there in the second half of the first step, which is the unmanageability of my entire life?
Yeah, that whole step is pretty much why I'm here. My life was not manageable.
You want to read some of them?
Yes,
You don't have
one
to read
moment.
them all,
Just
but read one or two.
opening up my notebook.
Okay.
Okay, so as far as money goes, a drunk is not going to be putting in the amount of work that they can, as they're not working as much as possible. So
What are you
there's
talking about there?
the different parts of my life that have become unmanageable.
Okay, but you were saying, didn't you said you're writing this in the third person. You're writing about somebody else. Didn't you say what did you say?
I said with regarding to money that my, income has not been as much as possible because
Okay.
an alcoholic will be busy, drinking as opposed to doing something constructive.
Well, see, but there is no such person as an alcoholic. There's either you or there's nobody.
Right. So I didn't write anything in the third person like that. I was just explaining it like that.
Oh,
But
yeah,
for
but
me, this is
but
all
we
for
want you to
me.
talk. Listen, we want you to talk about yourself, because if you remove it to, well, an alcoholic does this and an alcohol, no, this, what does that alcoholic do? You. We often refer to ourselves as this alcoholic. This is what this alcoholic does. So you keep it deeply personal. Keep going. It's good.
Okay. So this alcoholic was not taking care of my family properly the way I should have been paying attention to them. And that is my more as extended family. Kids are later on the list. Moving on to the relationship with my wife, that's going to be along the same lines that I was not giving her enough attention. The times that I took out to go ahead and be busy boozing, that was on me. So I affected that relationship. And I wrote about some of the relationships that I messed up because of my drinking, not my wife, not my family, different people in my life. The most recent one was someone that I respected, that I considered to be a mentor, but I was extremely disrespectful to them the second to last time that I drank. So the drinking affected my relationships with a few particular people. Moving on to health, my drinking put me into a huge depression. I kind of got to the place where I was neglecting my own health. I kind of had given up on it. And to me, that's, a big sign of my mental illness that I have from the alcohol. And so I was writing along those lines. And then, you have the kids as well. There were times that I was talking to someone in the breakout room the other day where I was supposed to be taking care of my kids and I was drinking that day. So,
Isn't it harder when we talk about ourselves? Because instead of saying, you have to take care of your kids, it's like, yeah, I didn't take care of my kids the way I should have when I was drinking. That's like, I mean, it's like, it's painful, isn't it?
it's extremely painful, but I see how this is making me grow. I am embracing, stripping away slowly all the bad parts of me. And I don't know if I'm going to strip them away. I'd rather say shine a light on them for starters.
They're going to get stripped away. I promise you. You are going to be healed here in this process. Okay, so hang on for 1 second. So listen, guys. Um, in this meeting, those of you who are here, we're working on stuff. Turn your cameras on. There's no hiding in this meeting. You notice people that have their cameras on right now, like Missy, Jeff, Chaz, Matt, other Matt. Why? Because they're engaged. All right, and this is the kind of meeting that when you're really new, I understand you wouldn't have them on. But those of you who've been coming to this meeting for a while, turn your goddamn cameras on and show up, be present. This is a meeting where it's a class and you have to be present to do this work and get it done. There's no hiding here. I mean, other meetings, you can go to plenty of AA meetings where they'll let you hide, but not here. Um, why? You're such a bastard, Jann. No, I am not. I just happen to be the big cat. So back over to Jason. Hey, let's go. So Jason, we're going to get you started now on step 2, right? So step 2, and there it is. It's up there. And change his to ST2 on the beginning. So Step 2 says, came to believe a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. If God were a best friend or a superhero, write 10 attributes of a best friend. So it's in chat for you. Some examples would be, and we just went through it with somebody else. Be all powerful, someone you can count on, someone who's honest, not abusive, loyal. For me, it would be always be there for me, heal my alcoholism, heal my mind, heal my mental health. So if God, do you have a relationship with God or not, Jason? Where are you with that?
I am repairing my relationship. I feel like alcohol really eroded it.
I know it's another spirit that comes in and takes over, huh? It's amazing. And as alcohol kind of moves out and our body and mind gets healed, the spiritual relationship can be profound. So this is our step 2 is we're going to write our own definition of God, and there's some examples. You can copy that. So do that for tomorrow, okay?
Yes.
All right, cool. And did we give you a reading assignment from yesterday?
No.
Oh, what's the last reading assignment that you had?
So I'm up to the chapter as Bill sees it.
It's a book.
In the big book, yes.
No, there is no chapter called As Bill Sees It.
Oh,
Bill's
let me take a look.
story.
Bill's story, sorry, yes. Sorry, I
Okay.
don't have the book with me.
Oh, cool. So you read the other chapters. You read more about alcoholism and there's a solution. Did you read those?
Yes, or the preface from each one of the editions, as well as the doctor's opinion.
Okay, so next you're going to read There is a Solution. Okay, read that. All right, and write on your second step. Okay?
Yes,
Are you good?
thank you.
Cool, man. Glad you. Hey, listen, congratulations for keep coming back here. It's quite a miracle. Ray. So, what was your last assignment, reading and writing?
Yesterday we did 9 or 10, 11, and 12.
Okay,
As a
you were
group.
in a breakout room.
Yes, we read to 86, I believe.
Yeah,
Or
86 to 88.
80. Yeah, 88.
Okay, good. So, let me ask you: have you made all your amends now? Or are you working on them, or what?
Yes.
Okay, and then, so now in 86, you're going to start doing the morning process, the
Yes,
morning
that's the one
check.
I'm working on.
The morning check-in and then the evening check-in.
Mhm.
Right. So do that every day from the book. So how are you doing? 8
Great.
weeks sober. Quite a difference.
Great.
Quite a difference in the first couple of days when you came here, huh?
Yeah, I feel great.
Are you working? You have a job still and all that?
I'm still applying and looking for jobs every day.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Um, are you having a hard time finding one?
Just trying to make sure I find the right fit.
Oh yeah. Which is what? Not where you hang out in the barnyard drinking with everybody after work.
Right. Right.
I know the feeling. Yeah. Okay, well, good. And you keep coming here, so that's quite a kind of a miracle, isn't it? In fact, you've been coming here for 2 months.
Yeah.
You didn't
Yeah, I
go back
like the
to
meeting.
drink.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not once.
And then, so do you have a court case coming up and stuff and all that too, or what?
No.
No. Oh, okay. All right. All right. So you're good. All right. Glad you're here. Who did I miss? Oh, Carmen. Carmen. So hey, what's your last reading and writing assignment, Carmen?
Hi, I'm Carmen. I'm an alcoholic. My last reading assignment was James 5, and my last.
I'm sorry. Was what?
You told me to read James 5, and also I did step 11 um
Okay.
yesterday. Yes.
Yeah, okay, so now you're gonna start. Have you been doing step 11, the morning check-in and the evening check-in?
Yes, I do morning and evening check-ins. I was sharing yesterday. I do better in the morning, as
Good.
far as like a routine and then the evening is more so usually on my way home from work when I'm doing
This,
like reflection of the day and how did I behave and whatnot.
this is excellent. Good. I'm glad. All right. And then how much have you read in the big book, the AA book?
I have probably read at least half of it. I
Okay.
haven't read the whole entire thing.
Have you read the first part, the first 164 pages?
Not full 164 pages, no.
Okay, so do you remember what chapter? Do you have the book in front of you?
Yes, I have the book in front of me. I would say,
Well, look, just tell me the ones, go through each chapter. Which ones have you read?
okay, I read chapter, probably has been like 1, 2, and 3. I don't remember reading We Agnostics, the chapter 4. And I've done the, like when we do the readings in class, I've done those.
Okay, so good. Read We Agnostics, and then read all of these chapters all the way up through A Vision for You, okay?
Okay,
Like read one a day, come up with 5 takeaways. All right,
okay.
good job. Glad you're doing it. So, Lydia, you're reading a chapter a day and you're writing 5 takeaways on each chapter. Which ones have you been working on?
I am trying to read a chapter a day. It doesn't always work out that I read a whole
Okay,
chapter.
but yeah.
Right now, I'm working on more about alcoholism because I went like ahead and didn't do 5 takeaways. So I'm going back to more about alcoholism and then We Agnostics. Those are what I'm working on right now.
Oh, good. And so you did more about alcoholism.
I'm finishing
And
it up. Yeah.
okay, there is a solution.
I already did that one and we talked about it in class.
Okay, and you came up with 5
Mhm.
takeaways on that. And you did
Mhm.
the doctor's opinion.
Yep.
Okay, Bill's story.
Bill's story. Yeah. So right now I'm just kind of in the middle of, I had like read through We Agnostics, but I went back. So I'm
Okay, so
redoing kind of more about alcoholism.
I'm asking you a question. So on
All right.
there is a solution, you have 5 takeaways, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, more about alcoholism. You're working on your 5 takeaways, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Bill's story. What?
Bill's story, I have 5 takeaways. Yeah.
Okay, oh, really? What are your 5 takeaways on Bill's story?
I have to go get my notebook. Hold on. I don't have it in front of me because my dog was messing with me and I had to go outside. So give me a second.
Be like your dog ate the
I'll get
homework.
it. No, he literally he's like begging me to go outside. So I just
Oh,
got back into my apartment. So give me like
oh,
5 seconds and pick on somebody else for a second and then I will have it. Okay.
no, we're just gonna sit here and wait. I'm gonna whistle the what's the name of that show?
Andy Griffith.
Jeopardy.
Jeopardy. Did you say Andy Griffith?
I
You're a wise ass. Andy Griffith. Uh, this reminds you of Mayberry. Some days. Start. She must be going out to the car. Oh, I think she's coming back. No. Okay. So we got to everybody here. We're doing pretty well. Hey, Caroline in Massachusetts, or where I like the MAS because I can't tell. Is that Maine or Mass? Change it to Mass. Hey, Caroline, how are you liking today's meeting? Oh, she hung up. That's how she liked it. Okay. Nathan, 45 days. How are you liking today's meeting? Any good? Jann and Nathan. Let's talk to Jerry in Georgia. Jerry, are you in the hospital or what? How are you
Yes, sir.
liking
I
today's
just got
meeting?
off work and I'm actually Nick. I inherited this computer from my stepdad. So it says Jerry. I don't know where to go to change it, but
Change it for you. Um,
well, they change it every time and it goes back to normal. So anyway, no, I really like it. I mean,
all right. You've been to AA
it's
before?
no, oh yeah, many times.
Oh, really? So what's the deal? like continual relapses and you landed on this program, this meeting and said, maybe I should do this or what?
Well, actually, I mean, call it a God thing. It was by accident because there's another newcomers meeting. And I didn't see, I saw the newcomers slippers and I didn't see the 12-step work, but I really want to start working the steps. So I think it was just
Here's the
kind of
deal.
meant for me to be
Here's
here.
the deal for you. Come here for 5 days in a row, which would be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Come here for 5 days and see how you like it, and we will put you to work. We'll give you assignments, hang out. Kennedy, hi, you're back here for what, your third day?
Yes, I am.
How many days sober are you now?
5 months.
5 months. Kennedy, Las Vegas, 5 months. So, oh, good. So we should give you, are you ready for an assignment?
I was given one yesterday. It was
Oh.
just the first half of step one, but I'm ready for another one.
Oh, wait. Oh, did you do the first half of step one?
Yeah.
Starting with the last time I drank, working my way backwards, all the way backwards to the first time I drank. How many incidents did you come up with?
How many incidents, like consequences?
Yeah, like how many days of drinking did you come up with?
I have no idea.
Well, I mean, so what you do is you start with the last time I drank, when it was,
Mhm.
what I drank, who I was with, what
Yes.
happened, what the consequences were. Then you go to the day before that, and the day before, and the day before that, and the day before that, and the day before that.
Oh, interesting. No, I did not do that.
Okay, why don't you do that? So
Got
come
you.
down with as many days approximately that you drank, and then 25 words or less. Okay?
Got you.
And then and do you have the instructions for them? Did you copy and paste them?
Yeah, I took a screenshot of them yesterday.
Okay, good. So just go to work on that. 25 words or less, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, now, do you have an AA book?
I do not.
Oh, okay. So you might want to get one.
Yeah.
Uh, do you have let's see, or Matt's going to put up a link to the AA book, a digital link, and read the doctor's opinion for tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
And there it is right there. He just put it up.
Oh, perfect.
No, he didn't. Put it up, Matt.
I'm working. Yeah.
He's probably listening to Taylor Swift albums. You know, he's a big Taylor Swift fan. Did you know that? No, he's not. He hates Taylor Swift. Okay. There it is. See it? Alcoholics Anonymous. So
Yes.
read doctor's opinion and work more on your first half of the first step. Good job. Congratulations. The fact that you keep coming back here, that's pretty amazing. Sarah. Hey, Sarah, what are you working on? How many days
I'm
sober?
going 62, and I'm going through the same thing Lydia is. I'm on I just started this morning working with others in the big book.
Oh, good.
Like
So
I just ended more about alcoholism was the one I did before that.
And did you have any takeaways on these?
I did. I can find them.
What are your 5 takeaways on more about alcoholism?
I'm gonna find them right now. It's in my notebook.
Okay, sure. Is that a frog behind you? It is. That's your pet frog.
No, it's not a frog. It's a bearded dragon.
Okay, excuse me. Is it alive?
Yeah, her name is Arlene.
Oh my God. I mean, that's a picture of her, right? That's not actually her.
No,
Standing
it is
behind
her.
but sitting
Okay.
still.
So okay, here it is.
Yep.
All right. So I wrote no such thing as making a normal drinker out of an alcoholic. We can't do controlled drinking. A man that had 25 years slipped, thought he could finally drink like his fellows, ended up dead in 4 years. Once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. This one stood out a lot. Potential female alcoholics often turn into the real thing. and are gone beyond recall in just a few years. Some will be drunk the day after making the resolutions, most of them within a few weeks. And then finally, the baffling features of alcoholism as we know it, this utter inability to leave it alone, no matter how great our necessity or wish. So that's
Yeah,
what
isn't that amazing?
Yes.
Yeah, it really tears us up. All right, Matt, over to you. Here come the promises.
Okay, Mad Alcoholic. These are the promises on page 83 of the Big Book. If we're painstaking about this phase of our development, we'll be amazed before we are halfway through. We're going to know a new freedom and a new happiness. We'll not regret the past, nor wish to shut the door on it. We'll comprehend the word serenity, and we'll know peace. No matter how far down the scale we have gone, we will see how our experience can benefit others. That feeling of uselessness and self-pity will disappear. We'll lose interest in self